This is the plaintiff, Lamont. He says the defendant and her boyfriend rented his apartment for 2 years, didn't pay the rent in full, and damaged the place something awful. She improperly installed an air conditioner. It leaked and ended up ruining his expensive wooden floors. He had to evict her to get her out, and now has to sue for the $5,000 he's owed. This is the defendant, Giovanna Trammell. She says she went without heat and hot water for a whole year and says she was the one suffering because the plaintiff never fixed anything. Owe him all that money? Ha! She's accused of playing games.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
And welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff says the defendant rented his apartment for 2 years and it was a disaster. But the defendant says the place was awful. No heat, the works. It's the case of you're getting warmer.
All right. Lamont, you are suing Giovanna Trammell and Mikhail Small?
Yes.
Okay. Your former tenants for $5,000 in damages and rent that you say they owe you after leaving that they refused to pay.
Yes, Your Honor. I met Giovanni back in June of '09. I had an open house, had some apartments available. Long story short, we took her in. She was with me for about 2 years. The first year, she was an okay tenant. Nothing extraordinary. Some damages.
Wait a minute, you're skipping something. Who was paying her rent? Was she paying her rent, or was it
She was on a program.
She was on a program.
Always paying by the program.
Okay, what was the name of the program?
Work Advantage.
Work Advantage. And
yes.
That's a program where, what do they do for you?
They pay my rent. They pay the first 2 months in security of my rent, as well as they pay $1,020 ongoing assistance. $1,020. $1,020
okay, $1,020 each month.
Right, and I was responsible for $50 of that.
To pay for rent.
Right.
So they pay rent for how many years?
Up to 2 years.
Up to 2 years.
Right.
Were you paying the $50 a month?
Yes.
Okay. How were you paying it?
Money orders and sometimes
cash. Did you
cash.
stop at some point paying it?
Yes, I did.
When did you stop paying it?
I stopped paying my Work Advantage in June of 2010.
And why did you stop paying it?
Because he was stating that he was taking me to court.
Okay. What were you taking her to court for in June of 10?
Damages and non-payment.
Of what?
Of the apartment.
Of
damages
what?
of the door.
Of what? You're getting paid by the government.
Back rent. She had stopped paying the $50.
The $50 payments?
Correct.
She says she was paying it up to June and then stopped because you were going to sue her.
Not true.
But is that true or not true that she paid it up to June?
Her last payment was in February of
10?
2010.
Okay, so March, April, May, and June, she owes you $200 now.
Right.
In back payment.
That's
what you were suing her for, the $200?
And continue on.
And so when you filed the case in October, she's still living there?
Still living there.
In fact, you didn't move out until when? Have you moved out?
Yes, I did.
When did you move out?
I was evicted as of May 9th. But
you had to be evicted?
18,
yes, I was evicted.
18.
By the court?
By the court.
Why, do you have the paperwork from the eviction?
I do.
May I see it? What were you evicted for? Not paying the rent? Your portion of the rent?
I was evicted because I signed a stipulation that said that I should be out in 90 days. But I gave him rent in February, $200 from February up until the end of June. That's why I said the last time I paid him was June of 2010. He called me and said thank you for the $200, assuming that I was paying for the door.
What door?
The door that was broken into. It was a burglary. I have proof of that, too.
Okay, I know you called in and said there was a burglary. He says that you damaged the door because you couldn't get in because you didn't have the keys. Wait, are you the boyfriend?
I'm the husband.
The husband? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and but that you didn't bring him that night. New Year's Eve, your door got busted?
Yeah.
Okay, how did it get busted?
We don't know. It was a burglary.
Okay, did they take anything?
They took a TV, a brand new TV that was given to us on Christmas. It wasn't put up because I didn't have any furniture in my house.
Okay. Does your burglary report say they stole a TV?
No, it just says burglary. I have the report.
Okay. All right, and then you sent him $200 and you assume it's for the door because you assume that they broke the door, but they have a police report that says there was a burglary.
The police report over the door is questionable. That's just their account. What I did was, when I went to the property, they called me. I had questioned some of the surrounding tenants. There's about 28 units involved in this entire complex. The burglar comes in, why would he break into this one door.
I don't know, maybe it was
Something-
somebody who knew they'd just gotten a TV.
That could have been.
Yeah. You were were the police there when you were there?
No. You said-
Yes, she says
Were they?
yes. All right. All right, let's move on, okay?
Remember, please.
So, it's now October. She hasn't paid the $50. You sue her for those $50. You sue her for eviction over non-payment of rent.
Correct.
Okay, at that point, are you aware of these other damages that you're suing for?
I was aware of the floor damage.
And how did you become aware of floor damage, and what floor damage are you talking about?
Okay, in the living room, there's an air conditioning chute. Sometime in the summer of, I guess, 09, 010, they put an air conditioner into that chute. It was the wrong size air conditioner. When they
Did
put
you
it,
know that they had put in an air conditioning
No,
unit?
I did not.
Who's paying for the utilities?
I am.
Okay, and so they put in an AC unit and you don't know about it, and what?
So they put it in incorrectly.
How do you
It's
know
to-
that?
Well, when I got there and I saw the damage, it was obvious.
When did you get there and see the damage for the first time?
I saw the damage for the first time, 9/11/010.
And how is it that you're in there to see the damage?
A mutual friend explained to me that we're in the apartment. It says, your floors are a disaster in the apartment. You need to go in there and take a look at that. So I knocked on the door. Nobody was there. I kept coming back and forth. I finally got entrance.
How did you get entrance?
Someone let me in.
Who let you in?
I think initially
You- okay.
was,
And so you go in to inspect your property,
That's
and you
correct.
notice what?
I noticed the air conditioner chute there, the air conditioner being in the chute, with two pans trying to catch water.
Oh, for the love of God. Did you take a picture?
Yes, we did.
Oh, my God.
And
What happened? Who put in the AC?
We put the
We
AC
put it,
in.
but I
Okay,
let
what
'em-
happened to the floors?
I let them know. I let them know when it first started leaking that the way that the vent is built, the water is leaking inside. It ain't tilt for the water to fall out. It's tilt for the water to run on the floor. I had to mop constantly.
So
and
you're
I-
saying the problem is not the, because he didn't provide an AC for you to put in. You went out and bought an AC?
Yeah, we bought an
Right.
AC.
Okay, that the problem, you say the problem is not my unit judge, it's the way he had this vented.
Yeah, the vent was tilt with the water just running back in
Why
the
would
house.
anybody build it that way instead of going out? The whole point of it is to have it go out. I cannot believe the mold. This has to be a mold issue.
yes,
I let them know as soon as it first
Do you
happened.
have any
true.
proof of that?
Not
He denies
true.
that. Do you have any proof of that?
I ain't got
The
no
way
proof.
you do this when there's a
Yeah.
problem and you spot a problem is you send a letter, you send an email, you send a
Yeah.
text, and then you have it.
Yeah, I ain't got no
Sure.
proof.
and the bad part about it,
Okay, just a second. Oh, no, what is this?
that's the basement of their living room. If you're in the basement looking up the living room, that's from looking at from the basement.
Oh, my goodness.
That's been going on for a long time before I got in there and found that out, Your Honor.
I mean, the guy went in there, but why would he not want to save his property? You're telling me he just ignored your repeated request that his bamboo floors are being ruined and there's mold everywhere? He ignored that?
He ignored it until it got ruined like that.
Say it again?
Every time I saw him, I told him it was leaking bad. It's leaking.
The mutual friend was
Not
the guy
true.
that came
Not
in
true.
to fix
friend
the
that
air
told him
conditioner.
was the one that came in there and put holes in the
And the first thing he did was run over and tell him, and the first thing he did was run over there to see it. I mean,
Exactly.
does anybody have anything from that guy saying what the problem was?
No.
Saying that it's your way that it was vented wrong, or saying that it's your way that it was too small for the unit?
No.
No.
Do you both have a contact number for this individual?
I do.
You do. All right, let's move on to the next issue. What happened in court? You went ahead and signed an agreement to just get out in 90 days.
Right.
Did you get out in the 90 days?
No, my apartment wasn't ready. The apartment still wasn't ready.
The new apartment.
Right.
Okay. So when did you get out?
In June.
Which is what?
May, sorry.
May,
which was
Another
May.
40 some odd days.
Another 47 some odd days. Does that sound right?
Right.
And it took you that you didn't get to court to enforce the agreement?
Courts are slow, unfortunately, Your Honor.
Right. So 47 days later, you still didn't have a hearing date to enforce the agreement?
No, we didn't. What happened was it went to the marshal. The marshal had to get it signed by the judge. It took a little while for it to get signed by the
Oh,
judge.
you don't even need another court date. You just need the marshal to just do their job.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
Right.
before that time, she had asked for more time, and I had given it to her. That's why it took so long to get a marshal.
All right. So here today, you are suing for the $50 a month until the day she left. What is the day that you left?
I left May 16th.
Does that sound right?
May
The
16th.
eviction is marked the 18th of May, Your Honor.
Now, you are suing for $50 a month up until the May. Correct?
Yes.
That's the $600. Is that right? Okay.
Correct.
You are suing for the cost of replacement of the bamboo wood floors. Let me see the estimate for replacement. the door that you want replaced, they gave you $200. You acknowledge that?
Correct.
Okay. If it is, in fact, a burglary, she shouldn't be paying for the door, correct?
If it is indeed a fact of burglary,
Okay.
but I'm contesting it was not a burglary, Your Honor.
Okay, I know, but you're doing that because you're suspicious. Because, if she called it in that day,
Nope.
and she calls you, because that's how you know to come in and replace the door, and she tells you, I got burglarized, I understand that you're thinking, oh, maybe he kicked in the door, they're just claiming there's a burglary, so they're not responsible. That ascribes a certain, and maybe that's true, but that ascribes a certain nefarious preparedness that I don't know that you have any evidence of.
Right.
You know?
That's actually why they were built, because he confessed to it and said he'd pay for it.
He confessed to it?
Yes.
Yeah, he said
To
he was
who?
responsible
To me.
for it, that he'd pay for the door.
He
Did
said,
you
"Pay
tell
for the
them
door,
you were
no
responsible
problem."
for
He
it and
said,
you'd
don't
pay
worry
for
about
it?
it, no problem, I'll take care of it.
Start talking. Did you tell
No.
them that you kicked it in?
No,
He
You
said
never
he
told
did
them
it.
that.
no.
Do you have any proof of what
I
you're saying?
can't prove it.
What happened was, they called me on New Year's Day, told me about the break-in. I got there, looked it over, and says, look, I can replace this door, but this is a holiday. Everything is closed right now. It's going to be hard to get crews on a holiday like this. But you got to agree, you got to pay for this door. You guys kicked it in, you lost your key, or you left your key in the apartment.
Did he, wait a minute. If they called in a burglary and they're telling you they kicked it in and the police are standing right there, why don't you tell the police, hey, there was no burglary?
The police, when I initially got there and was talking to him, the police wasn't there.
So why, if he's got the burglary down pat and he's got the, like if you're the kind of guy who would call in a burglary just to not have to pay for the door, why would he confess to you 4 seconds later?
Obviously, something was wrong with that story.
Okay.
Obviously.
Okay. I'm taking a recess to talk to your mutual friend, Kenny, who saw the damage.
Great.
Court's in recess.
All rise.
Give me everything.
So if the landlord won't quickly fix, say, a leak, are you allowed to repair it yourself and then deduct it from the rent?
I'm not gonna wait for them, so I will fix it by myself.
You would fix it yourself, but do you think you'd be entitled to then deduct it from the next month's rent?
I don't know.
Okay, who has an opinion about that?
I'd say yes, because if it's leaking, it could destroy your personal property, and then the landlord would be in charge of
So
replacing
it's almost a necessity to do, and then you could then deduct it.
Yes.
Got your point? Going inside the courtroom.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, I spoke to Kenny, and Kenny is apparently your friend who had just happened to be at the apartment, right? Who then looks at the photo and says, Holy Mother of God, what is going on here? Sees water everywhere, sees damage everywhere, tells you, because you know him too, about, listen, you better take care, and says to you, are you nuts? Who puts an AC here, sees this damage, and doesn't do something about being able to take care of it? It just lets it go, lets it go, lets it go until it looks like this, where there's this structural damage to the place. It's insanity. Okay? Yeah, he says it wasn't a pitch problem. It was a you put an AC too small problem. So yes, $3,250. I'm going with the lowest estimate for the replacement of the bamboo floors. The next item is the $600 for the $50 payments. She basically acknowledges that. So yes, I'm going to award you the $600. And as for the replacement door, I find that because there is a burglary report, you have suspicions, but you don't have any proof. And I don't believe you that he immediately upon calling the police and filing a false police report then confesses to you, though he lies to the police. I don't believe that happened. So there's a $200 credit somewhere there that you didn't get credit for, because I find you have to pay $0 for the door. I find that the $600 plus the $3,250 equals $3,850, of which you have already paid $200, because that should have been credited to you. That means a net judgment in favor of the plaintiff in this case in the amount of $3,650 because of the damage to the floors. That is unforgivable. That's somebody's property, and you needed to have done something other than what you did to make sure that this didn't happen. And you just sat by and watched it happen, even after the guy told you it continued to happen.
Judge, before you go. Judge.
Well, that's it. So the verdict is in. Step on in here. Step a little closer. Come on in. You're all smiling about what? Come on up.
About nothing. We lost.
Yeah, you did. The floor business. Bad.
No, man.
Should have done something.
I kept telling them what I could do.
What?
I kept telling the landlord to fix it.
All right. Head around the corner there, okay? Head right down there. Come on out here. You're yelling out as the judge is leaving the bench. You're still yelling out. What are you yelling to the judge for?
They still have all their stuff in my apartment, and I can't fix it up for another tenant. I can't fix the floors. I can't do anything. All that stuff is there. I need it removed.
I guess that'll be arranged.
I hope so.
Harvey?
Okay, Kurt, after the case, the judge ordered the defendant to remove all of his property within 1 week or else it would be abandoned.